Voyager created 3 Star Trek captains and an admiral, but TNG still has them beat. 3 accomplished Star Trek captains and 1 admiral came from Star Trek, Voyager, but Star Trek, The Next Generation has an even more impressive record. Throughout Voyager's 7 seasons, Captain Catherine Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, led the USS Voyager on its unprecedented journey home from the unexplored Delta Quadrant. She not only kept most of the crew safe throughout this journey, but also made numerous first contacts with alien species and faced off against the Borg Queen, Susanna Thompson, Alice Craig herself. Janeway went on to become one of Star Trek's most impressive admirals, and 3 of her best officers became accomplished captains. Modern Star Trek has yet to reveal the status of the USS Voyager's remaining crew members, but 3 captains and an admiral is quite impressive. Still, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and Star Trek, The Next Generation's crew have Voyager's cast beat. With its premiere in 1987, Star Trek, The Next Generation launched a golden era of Star Trek and produced some of the franchise's most beloved characters. Star Trek, Picard checked in on Jean-Luc decades later, culminating in a triumphant 3rd season that reunited the former Enterprise captain with his TNG crew. Star Trek, Voyager created 3 captains and an admiral, as revealed in Star Trek, Picard, and Star Trek, Prodigy, Commander Chakotay, Robert Beltran, LT. Tuvok, Tim Russ, and 7 of 9, Jerry Ryan, all became accomplished Starfleet captains. Captain Janeway, of course, became one of Starfleet's best admirals, who consistently exemplified the Federation's ideals. Once Janeway learned the truth of the situation in Star Trek, Prodigy, she advocated for Dal-Rel, Brett Gray, and his young friends, helping them save Starfleet and pursue their dreams. Janeway's former first officer, Chakotay, also befriended the Prodigy crew and ultimately helped save the galaxy. After joining the cast of Star Trek, Voyager Season 4, Jerry Ryan's 7 of 9 quickly became a fan favorite. Star Trek, Picard revealed that the former Borg drone had made a name for herself among the Fenris Rangers before she found her way back to Starfleet. The real Captain Tuvok only appeared briefly in the Season 3 finale of Star Trek, Picard, where he shared a message from Captain Liam Shaw, Todd Stashwick, recommending that 7 of 9 be promoted to captain. Tuvok indeed promoted 7, and she took over command of the rechristened USS Enterprise G. While the crew of the USS Voyager undoubtedly has an impressive record, the cast of Star Trek, The Next Generation still has them beat. Jean-Luc Picard became an admiral not long after the events of Star Trek, Nemesis, and he led the efforts to relocate the Romulans when their sun was going supernova. Picard's first officer, William Riker Jonathan Frakes, became an excellent Starfleet captain, taking over command of the USS Titan. Worf, Michael Dorn, too, became a Starfleet captain but was working with Starfleet intelligence in Star Trek, Picard Season 3. The Star Trek universe is well known for its iconic captains, the legendary leaders who helm starships and inspire their crews to boldly go where no one has gone before. While Star Trek, Voyager brought its unique spin to the franchise, launching 3 captains and an admiral into the broader lore, The Next Generation, TNG, still stands as the series that truly redefined the command roster and the legacy of leadership in Star Trek. Voyager's contributions are remarkable, but TNG's lasting impact on the concept of Starfleet command remains unmatched. Voyager's captains and an admiral. One of Voyager's standout achievements is its contribution to the lineage of Starfleet captains. The show gave fans their first full-time female captain, Catherine Janeway, who remains a towering figure in the franchise. Janeway's journey, from commanding the stranded USS Voyager in the Delta Quadrant to her promotion as an admiral in later appearances, cemented her as a pioneering and layered character. Her steadfast leadership, adaptability, and moral clarity in the face of impossible odds remain defining traits of her tenure. In addition to Janeway, Voyager introduced other captains through its storytelling. Tuvok, the stoic Vulcan security officer, becomes a captain in non-canon novels and alternative timelines depicted in the series. His calm and logical demeanor offered a distinct and often complementary contrast to Janeway's impassioned leadership style, making his eventual command aspirations plausible within the Star Trek framework. Likewise, the journey of Chakotay, Janeway's first officer, eventually culminates in his rise to captaincy in some of the franchise's expanded media. While Voyager doesn't show him commanding a starship on screen, his dedication to duty, personal growth, and steady presence as a leader make him a natural fit for the captain's chair. His unique background as a former Maquis officer turned Starfleet ally added layers of complexity to his character, representing the show's exploration of redemption and unity. Lastly, Voyager offered a glimpse of Admiral Paris, the father of Tom Paris. Though a minor character, Admiral Paris represents Starfleet's upper echelon and provides an anchor for the familial and professional conflicts that define Tom's arc. While his impact is limited compared to the captain's, he serves as a reminder of a larger Starfleet infrastructure operating behind the scenes. TNG's enduring legacy. While Voyager gave fans several prominent leaders, TNG still holds the gold standard for its captain and the breadth of its influence. At the heart of TNG is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, one of the most iconic and beloved figures in all of Star Trek. Picard's intellectualism, diplomacy, and commanding presence redefine the role of a Starfleet captain. He balanced compassion with authority, becoming a moral compass not only for his crew but for generations of viewers. His tenure on the USS Enterprise D and later, the Enterprise E showcased the captain as an intellectual, a philosopher, and a warrior, a true Renaissance leader. Beyond Picard, TNG introduced other notable captains. William Riker, the loyal first officer, steps into the captain's chair on multiple occasions, with his eventual command of the USS Titan further expanding his legacy. Riker's journey from Picard's protege to a seasoned leader in his own right demonstrates the mentorship dynamic that became a hallmark of TNG. TNG also gave us Captain Beverly Crusher, who briefly commands the Enterprise D in the episode Descent. While her time in the captain's chair is limited, it highlights Starfleet's meritocratic ideals, showcasing that leadership is accessible to anyone with the skill and determination to rise to the challenge. Perhaps most strikingly, TNG introduced Starfleet's highest-ranking officer to date, Admiral Jean-Luc Picard, in Star Trek, Picard. Though technically a continuation of TNG's legacy, this development underscores the series' influence on the broader franchise. Why TNG still has Voyager beat? The primary reason TNG surpasses Voyager in its creation of captains and admirals is the sheer depth and development of its leaders. Picard alone casts a shadow so long that it elevates the series above its successors. His character arc, from steadfast starship captain to reflective elder statesman, has become a blueprint for Star Trek's exploration of leadership. Moreover, TNG excels in showcasing the interplay of leadership styles. Picard's intellectualism contrasts with Riker's more intuitive approach, while Crusher's brief stint in command highlights the importance of trust and competence. The series also explores the concept of mentorship, with Picard fostering growth in officers like Riker, Data, and Worf. This dynamic strengthens the legacy of TNG captains and admirals, as the show demonstrates leadership as a collaborative and evolving process. In contrast, Voyager's captains, while compelling, often feel isolated in their development. Janeway's journey is undeniably groundbreaking, but the absence of a broader leadership network like the one seen in TNG limits the impact of Voyager's contributions. Characters like Chakotay and Tuvok have leadership potential, but their arcs remain secondary to Janeway's, leaving them somewhat underexplored compared to TNG's roster. Finally, the broader cultural impact of TNG cannot be overstated. Picard's speeches and moral dilemmas have entered popular consciousness in a way that few other Star